AMG GT. It's $1 million, y'all. Sheesh. What's up, everybody? It's Kelly Oubre Jr, aka Tsunami Papi. I'm here with GQ Sports, and today I'm gonna tell you how I spent my first $1 million. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. 2005, I relocated to Houston, Texas, all the way up until my senior year in high school. Growing up, early stages, life was, not extravagant at all. I give credit to my dad for working his butt off, my whole life to provide for us. I think that instills a lot in me. Being me and my dad, my whole life, something that he definitely instilled in me is financial literacy. He made sure that I wasn't, spending outrageous at an early age. I know how to make money, and I know how to invest it and continue to save as well. My first 9 games at Kansas, I didn't play at all. So, and I was, really humbled from that experience. I eventually got the opportunity to play and showcase my potential, my skill set. It translated into the league, so everything happens for a reason.
Walk us kind of through that draft night. How did you feel when you got that call?
Ton of anxiety. My life was definitely about to change. Everything that I had worked for, was coming to life. Obviously, draft night, I was blessed to, get drafted, period.
Do you remember the feeling of that money hitting your bank account?
It was a very exciting feeling, of course, but it was also scary because, more money, more problems.
Do you remember the contracts for the Suns and the sign with the Hornets?
Both 2-year deals. 2-year deal in Phoenix, 2-year $30 million. And then I signed a 2-year $25 million deal with Charlotte. Here are the details of my contract with the Suns and the Hornets. All right, so enough of how I made my first $1 million. Let's talk about how I spent my first $1 million. First thing I bought when I first got money was Merecedes AMG G Wagon. And then I eventually got it wrapped too, which, comes out to another good $6,000, on the wrap, matte black, painted rims, all that good stuff. That was just my soldier, you know what I'm saying? It was my baby. The G Wagon was about $250,000. The next thing I purchased, I had to get a condo in Washington, D.C., which was ranked the most expensive city at the time on rent. So I think it totaled up to about $200,000. DC, man, 2-bedroom apartment. And the thing with rent is you have to find somewhere to lay your head that's comfortable. And I'm very picky when it comes to picking houses because I like my interior to look a certain way. I could have got a 1-bedroom somewhere right next to the gym, but I've never been that guy. I always had to do it a little more elegant, Had to get furniture as well for the spot. I had to get a cloud couch from Restoration Hardware. I got a free Casper mattress in there. I went to Costco and got a guest bedroom bed for the guest bedroom. And then I just got some art from Wayfair. Another backstory, my dad had gotten bitten in the head by a pit bull when he was younger. So I used to always ask him for a dog, and he, hell no, we're not getting a dog. And then, when I got to the league, I bought my own 2 dogs. Bought a dog, he was $5,000 in itself. I had him for the first year that I was in the league, and then my second year in the league, I bought another dog. She was $7,000. It was a mini Frenchie. Those are my babies and my first pets. I only brought Soul because Saint used to be so lonely, and I used to be on the road, and he used to have to go to a dog watcher. So I spent about 12 bands on my 2 dogs. My first rookie contract, I bought a set of diamond teeth, 4 single teeth up top, and a whole grill. Probably ran me about $8,000. And then I bought a little guitar chain. It was my first chain ever, rocking the mess out that thing. Really was just trying to get a piece of gold around my neck to match my watch and my teeth. So I was flexing for that for a little bit. So that probably ran me about, $1,500. Really was just trying to get a piece of gold around my neck to match my watch. I purchased 2 fleur-de-lis chains for Saint and Soul, my dogs at the time. Probably ran me about 7 bands as well. I bought 2 black diamond rings from Jason at Beverly Hills. One was just like this, actually, without the spin. The other one was like an octagon shape, but I got those, you know, on my rookie contract, and those ran me about $13,000 together. You know, my pops has been the least overhead for me because he don't really want anything. He never wanted gifts or anything like that either. But, you know, he's very low maintenance. He doesn't need, you know, too much. You know, my first year, he got a little apartment in DC. You know, it was about 2 bands a month, so about $24,000 on rent for him, you know, in the first year. Yeah, he got a Mercedes Benz S450. He knew what he wanted. He said, I want this. You know, for my pops, I probably would say I was spent $50,000 my first year, you know, but word. I was partnered with this school in Washington, D.C. called Duke Ellington. I set up a seminar series called Black Boys Rock the Arts for all the, you know, the younger kids in the school who just needed inspiration. It was a creative arts school, so I sat through design class with them. I sat through guitar class with them. You know, I hosted about 2 or 3 seminars. At the end of the year, I gave away 25 scholarships to the seniors trying to, you know, further themselves and go to college. So just trying to inspire and pretty much trying to give back to the next generation is, you know, what my purpose was. I'm just happy that I was able to do that. You know, I had guest speakers like Brian Leslie, Young Paris, Afrobeats artists. The best money that I spent, you know, within this stack, within my first contract. So also the MBPA actually matched my $25,000. So, you know, each kid got about $2,000. Definitely, you know, a big part of this stuff was learning through my mistakes. Big traded companies like Apple, Nike, Chase, a lot of banks. I really was able to learn about the stock market, and I made back a lot of the money that I spent, you know, just by smart investing. I also learned to study GIA certified diamonds. I have a regret of buying the guitar chain with the SI diamonds. I should have never done that. You'll be surprised though. Hey, your favorite rapper might be wearing SI diamonds and you wouldn't even know, because at the end of the day, you ain't questioning them. Stay woke, my people. One thing that I did invest in, I invested in myself. I spent about $10,000 to $15,000 just creating LLCs for the businesses and the ideas that I had. My grandma died also my second to third year in the league. I created a mark called Vie Infinie, which was, you know, pretty much infinite life, and it was just for her. It being inspired by, you know, that whole process of grieving, and that's another $5,000. My second year in the league, I bought my mom a crib in New Orleans. You know, it was a blessing for me because I think that she's been living in the inner city. We closed on the house pretty much after my second year in the league. So I was still on my rookie contract, but I knew that, you know, my next contract was coming. So, you know, I definitely wanted to do something for her because at the end of the day, I didn't want to have her moving from house to house. You know, New Orleans real estate is not too crazy. So, you know, it was about $240,000. I just wanted her to kind of find a place that she likes. You know, we had some options that we went through, and then, you know, we settled with the one that she's in right now. It was a blessing. Like, I let her do her thing. She was just happy in herself, you know, feel gratitude that I was able to buy her a home. Yeah, it wasn't any keys, surprising of anything. It was just her, you know, signing the paper, signing her name on the house, and then having something of her own. So my second year in the league, the summer, I purchased a 2018 AMG GT. I wanted the SLS, but they were sold out everywhere, or they were hidden for a good, pretty penny. So, you know, I went with the AMG GT, and I called her the Banemobile. Yeah, I got Bane tatted on me. Respect to Bruce Wayne, but I like Bane, you know, because he makes people feel like they're in charge when they ain't really in charge. I had the Banemobile, you know what I'm saying? It was about $140. I paid another $10 to get it wrapped matte black, just like my G Wagon. So, you know, I got the G Wagon, I got the GT, and I get to drive a different car every, you know what I'm saying, every other day if I want to. So I was feeling real good. At the end of the day, when you're on a team full of young, eccentric guys who show their money off really well, you kind of are motivated to do the same in some senses. So I stepped out of character. I got the GT, and I was flexing. Young rook out here. Thank you to GQ Sports. You guys saw how I made, spent, and saved my first $1 million. So, you know, catch me this season with the Hornets, man. Buzz City, Queen City, we here. Let's get it.